My dear students, welcome back to my English channel, English with Malik sir in YouTube. In the previous classes, we have discussed about the significance of phrases in our sentence construction. We have focused on the noun phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, prepositional phrase in a very complete manner, vivid manner, so that you can get fundamentally sound idea in connection with these phrases, which are very important in our sentence construction and meaningful sentence construction. As we have discussed, they decorate or ornament our language. Today's session, we are going to discuss about the verb phrase. Verb phrase also plays a very important role. Then how? Listen, verb phrase. A verb phrase includes a main verb alone. Remember, my dear students, one single verb can also be regarded as a verb phrase if it carries the meaning. Main verb alone can be taken as a verb phrase. Next, a main verb. Main verb, what we say, in other words, a principal verb or independent verb or lexical verb or full verb. Everything give the second meaning, the same meaning. Here we find the main verb with its modifiers. Modifiers. Which are the modifiers? Primary auxiliary verbs. You see, as you know, there are two auxiliaries. One is the primary auxiliary verb and the second is the modals or modal auxiliary verb. Yes, primary auxiliary verbs, as we know, that be, have, do. Once again, I repeat, be, have, do are called primary auxiliary verbs. Yes, and the modals. Modals are of 13 numbers. Shall, will, can, may, should, would, could, might, must, used to, ought to, need, and dare. These are modal auxiliary verbs. Once again, these are modal auxiliary verbs. The primary verbs and modal auxiliary verbs support or help or assist the main verbs in expressing complete meaning in different aspects. Therefore, these auxiliary verbs, either primary or modal, assist the main verbs in the formation of the verb phrase. Therefore, it is very prime duty on the part of the students to know what are the primary auxiliary verbs and what are the modal auxiliary verbs and how they are used to modify the main verb in the formation of the verb phrases, so that our sentence construction in spoken English and in written English can be very smoother, finer, comfortable. Yes, and primary auxiliary verb comes before main verb. Yes, primary auxiliary verb comes before main verb. Primary verb or modals, they usually come before the main verb because before main verb, they help in giving a complete meaning of the verb phrase, and therefore primary auxiliary verb comes before the main verb. If modal or primary auxiliary, both modal or primary auxiliary verbs are used before the main verb, modal auxiliary verb always comes before the primary auxiliary verb, and the main verb always comes last in the verb phrase. This is a very simple factor. You must have experienced at the time of writing and speaking that how main verb takes the leading role and remains at the end of the verb phrase. The formation of a verb phrase depends on different aspects of tenses of verb. Yes, as we know, that is indefinite or perfect, imperfect, perfect, perfect progressive, and types of sentences. Structure of verb phrase differs due to different aspects. As we know that each tense has four aspects. One, simple or indefinite. Number two, that is imperfect, or in other words we say progressive or continuous. And the third, that is perfect, and fourth, perfect progressive. It is found in any present tense and time, also past tense and past time, and future time. Types of sentences: simple or compound or complex, or active voice or passive voice. Sometimes we express simple sentences. For example, any idea in connection with the declarative or assertive sentence. Yes, imperative sentence to express our order, advice, request, suggestion, warning, all instruction, etc. We usually take the help of imperative sentence, and this is also a simple sentence. Again, exclamatory sentence to exclaim, to express our feelings in the way of surprise, wonder, astonishment, or anger, or joy, that is what happiness or merriment. We take the help of exclamatory sentence. Yes, exclamatory sentence is also a simple sentence. And then question sentence. Naturally, in order to know a number of ideas, we put question. We find the simple sentence. Yes, the matter is now clear that how simple sentence, then compound sentence. Whenever two or more independent clauses are joined with the help of conjunctions, compound sentences are formed. In that case also, we take the help of that is verb phrases, and also in complex sentence, which will be all these very ideas will be discussed very vividly, clearly, elaborately in the subsequent classes. Finite verb takes tense. This is also very interesting idea. Finite verb takes tense. It means from the point of view of taking tense, verbs are of two types. One is finite verb, other is non-finite verb. It is also discussed elaborately in the subsequent classes, but here we find that a finite verb, the verb which takes tense. It means without finite verb, no sentence can be formed, neither clause can be formed. It means a finite verb is a must in the formation of sentences. Therefore, because finite verb carries tense, and through finite verb we can also indicate in which tense we are talking or writing. Yes, therefore finite verb plays very important role. Here we find finite verb takes tense. Without finite verb, non-finite verbs. Yes, let's say non-finite verbs are four types. One is a bare infinitive or infinitive without to. Second is a to infinitive or infinitive with to. The third is a present participle, and the fourth one is a past participle. These verb forms are non-finite verb forms, and they cannot be used in our simple sentence or complex sentence without finite verb. It means finite verb plays a very interesting role in the sentence construction. But non-finite verbs are also express different meaning with different modes of action in a very beautiful manner with the help of a finite verb. Therefore, in a formation of a verb phrase, the role of finite verb is very, very significant or important. Yes, and non-finite verbs are used after the finite verbs. Without finite verbs, non-finite verbs cannot be used. Yes. Now come the idea. Yes, so what we have discussed, bare infinitive or infinitive without to infinitive or infinitive with to, present participle, past participle cannot be used and neither a clause or nor a sentence can be formed without finite verb. Without finite verb. This is important. So, finite verb, what I have already told you, is plays a very, very important role in our sentence construction. Yes. Now come to example. Here, it has been snowing since last Sunday, as we have discussed. Now, let's see about the idea in connection with the verb phrases. Remember, it has been snowing since last Sunday. This is a simple sentence. Yes, this is a simple sentence, and the verb phrase here has been snowing. Here, three verbs have been form a phrase, that is verb phrase. This is verb phrase. And in this verb phrase, we find has. Has is auxiliary verb, primary auxiliary verb. Been is also primary auxiliary verb, and snowing is the main verb. And here we find main verb, primary auxiliary verb, primary auxiliary verb that comes from have, has, and been from be verb, past participle, and snowing, has been snowing. Usually main verb remains at the end of the verb phrase, and here we find the same, has been snowing since last Sunday. Okay, and here has been snowing is the verb phrase. Okay, now come the next idea. It is going to rain. Is here primary auxiliary verb, primary infinitive to infinitive verb. It is going to rain. It is going to rain. It is going to rain shortly. It means it has not rained. The condition of present weather condition indicates that it is going to rain shortly. I mean very soon. It means near future. Okay. Therefore, this is also verb phrase, and the police didn't arrest. Verb phrase, and here did is primary auxiliary, do verb primary auxiliary verb, and not is a negative adverb, and arrest is the main verb and the complement. So if we listen here, we find the matter police didn't arrest the culprit. She might have been waiting. She might have been waiting. Now, she might have been waiting at the park for you. Might, modal auxiliary verb, and have, primary auxiliary verb, and here been also primary auxiliary verb, and waiting is the main verb. Remember, she might have been waiting. So, what we have discussed that if we want to use a verb phrase with the help of modal and primary auxiliary verb, usually modal auxiliary verb comes first, then primary auxiliary verb, and finally main verb. Yes, this is the formula, and therefore here we find the same. She might have been waiting. We cannot say have might been waiting. We have to write might have been waiting, at the park for you. The construction of the bridge should have been completed. Should modal auxiliary verb and have primary auxiliary verb and been primary auxiliary verb, completed main verb. So here we find that is what we call main verb. So here we find any passive construction. In passive, see here been should have been completed. Should have been completed by the end of last month, but it has not yet been completed. English grammar is being taught at present. Yes, English grammar, I'm teaching the fundamentals of English grammar. Therefore, English grammar is being taught at present. You see, here we find is being taught the verb phrase, and in this verb phrase, is auxiliary verb, primary auxiliary verb, being also primary auxiliary verb, and taught is the main verb. Remember, is also comes from the family of be verb. As we have discussed, family of be verb, that is, are, was, were in past, was, were, and any that is what we call past participle in the sense been and present participle being. If we go to the infinitive, then be is the bare infinitive, to be is the to infinitive. Yes, these are the verbs of be family, and here we find that two verbs of be family, that is being taught, because the passive construction in present progressive, we take is or am or are plus being plus past participle. This is the verb construction, verb of verb, and the main verb here in this case remains at the last part of the verb phrase. Yes, as we have seen. Again, another phrasal verbs are phrasal verbs in the sense phrasal verbs and phrasal prepositional verbs. This is another interesting idea, phrasal verbs and phrasal preposition verbs. Yes. Whenever we come to the phrasal verb, then definitely in this connection we find the main verb remains at the beginning, and that as base verb, and particles, adverb particle or preposition particles are used after the base verb. Then how in a phrasal verb there is a base verb. Base verb, it means which remains at the starting point of the phrasal verb. Yes, that is what we call base verb. And a particle, that particle may be an adverb or a preposition. Yes, it is now clear that whenever we form a phrasal verb phrase, and here phrasal verb. In verb phrase, the main verb remains at the last of the verb phrase, but in a phrasal verb, the main verb remains at the beginning or as a base verb. Yes, and that, and again, and a particle, and that particle may be an adverb, may be a preposition. In phrasal prepositional verb, this is phrasal verb. If we think phrasal prepositional verb, that is, again this is phrasal verb, and again phrasal prepositional verb. Here we find that what is phrasal prepositional verb? In phrasal prepositional verb, there is a base verb again and an adverb with a preposition. Yes, remember, an adverb and a preposition. This is a very interesting factor. Therefore, here we find that how an adverb preposition pass away. Example, phrasal verb. pass away. Pass is the base verb, and away is the adverb particle. Yes, and here we find look into. Look is the base verb, and into is also preposition or adverb, and preposition. Give, here we find base verb, and up is here preposition, and set out. Set is the base verb, out. Some prepositions are also used adverb. Again, some prepositions are also used adverb in both the cases. Whenever it qualifies the verb and it qualifies the noun, it is that is preposition, and but adjective. But some prepositions are also used as a adverb. We will discuss in subsequent classes. Next come put up with. Yes, these are they set out to, these are what, that is phrasal verbs. But here put up with, this put up with here base verb, of adverb, okay, and adverb particle with the preposition. And here we find look, base verb, forward, look forward to, left forward, adverb, and to preposition. So these are put up with, look forward to, etc. are used to express any action, and these are what we call phrasal prepositional verbs. Put up with, look forward to, phrasal prepositional verbs. In phrasal verb, we have one base verb and one particle. That particle may be preposition or adverb. In phrasal prepositional verb, one base verb, another adverb, and another preposition. This is the way how we use phrasal verb. Phrasal verb is also very tricky and very interesting, and phrasal verb makes our sentence construction very valuable, very important. It enriches our spoken and written English. We will discuss in separate class, but here we find the matter that how verb phrases are formed. Yes, okay. My dear students, we come to the final session, that is what we call the idea in connection with the verb phrase. And here we find the patient passed away. Let's see, the patient passed away. Past is the base verb, and away adverb, and yes, here the patient passed away last night. It means the patient closed his or her eyes forever last night. Passed away. It means died. Here we find or expired, or left this world forever, or we can say breathed his last. Breathed his last. His or her last. So you see, listen how we use different way of that is phrases or vocabulary to express our thought in a different manner. The patient passed away last night. I'm looking for. Yes, you see, I'm looking for. I am looking for, here we find looking for phrase, here we find looking for, look for, my lost pen. Look is the looking for base verb, and for, that is a preposition, my lost pen. So I am looking for means I am searching for my lost pen. I have lost my pen, and now I am searching for that pen, lost pen. He couldn't put up with such an insult. Couldn't is the here. Put up with is the phrasal verb, and put is the base verb. Of is the preposition, not of, that is adverb, and with is the preposition. And here we find that the base verb of adverb with preposition such as insult. Yes, he couldn't. Here we can take couldn't in the verb phrase. But here we find phrasal prepositional verb is put up with. He couldn't put up with such an non-finite verb phrases. Forgiving is divine. You see, very interesting. Non-finite verb phrases are also used. It will be also discussed in subsequent classes whenever I will discuss about non-finite verb. But here we find that forgiving. Forgiving comes from the verb, base verb, that is main verb, forgive. Forgiving is the present participle verb, and it is a non-finite verb. And here we find forgiving is divine. It means to forgive. To forgive is divine. This is what? Gerund. Or what we say, verbal noun. Whenever ing verb form is used to, or present participle verb is used as a noun, it is what we call gerund. Or what we say, verbal noun. And here forgiving is divine. And how the present participle verb form has been here used as a gerund, and this gerund is used to as a subject of this sentence. Forgiving is divine. What we say, Dandiva Shakti Jarathai Sedeve Kshama Acharai Sadhaka Shreshta Sevunara Sukha Dukharu Sevahara. Bhagavad Bani. It means the person who has the capacity of forgiving, he is the best person. It means we have to forgive and forget. This is a very good quality, noble quality of a noble person. And yes, forgiving is divine. Smoking in a public places. Smoking. Here we find also gerund. Smoking in public places has been prohibited. And to succeed, it means here we find to succeed requires hard work. Yes, very interesting idea. To succeed is a verb phrase, and here we find to succeed requires hard work. It's very natural. Hard work, sincere work is very, very essential to get success in any field of activity. Therefore, here we find that to succeed requires hard work. Without hard work, yes, our students nowadays are very much interested to follow easy-going method, how to easily achieve success, but this is a very foolish idea. It makes students very lazy, and they lose their creativity. Without sincere study, creativity cannot be found, and hence students should be very much careful. Again, sleeping long in daytime. Here we find also sleeping long in daytime is not good for health. Sleeping is also gerund. Again, they have been verbal noun. Sleeping long in daytime, it is a phrase. So, my dear students, today with this I am going to conclude my discussion on that is verb phrase, and I will see you in the next session with the clause, and with this we call clause. What is a clause, and how a clause plays very important role in our spoken and written English. Thank you for being with me. But one thing, you are not giving comment. Just give your comment on the feedback, in the sense feedback. Therefore, I can prepare a number of other videos for your betterment, for your better speaking and writing. Thank you once again, and I will subscribe it, like and share the video as far as possible. I wish you all the best, and bye.